Modern cars have bigger screens, cleaner surfaces, and more technology than ever before. But step inside the right classic car and something feels different immediately. A chrome dashboard catching soft light, a steering wheel shaped like sculpture, a bench seat wide enough to feel like a living room, gauges with real depth, buttons with resistance, leather, vinyl, wood, color, metal, texture, all working together to make the cabin feel like a complete world. That is what many modern interiors have lost. Not comfort, not technology, not safety, identity. Today on Timeless Treasures, we are looking at some of the most beautiful classic car interiors ever built. Cabins that were not just designed to hold passengers, but to make them feel the ambition, elegance, optimism, and personality of their era. Because the exterior may make a car famous, but the interior is where the machine becomes personal. The first interior belongs to one of the most recognizable American cars of all time, the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. The Bel Air was not the most expensive car in America. It was not a hand-built luxury machine, but that is exactly why its interior matters. It proved that beauty did not have to belong only to the rich. Inside, the Bel Air carried the optimism of 1950s America, in color, chrome, and confidence. Two-tone upholstery, bright dashboard trim, a stylish steering wheel, clear gauges, and small design details that made an ordinary family car feel special. This was mass-market design with personality. The cabin did not feel empty or anonymous. It had warmth, it had rhythm. It had that unmistakable feeling of a time when even everyday cars were allowed to be cheerful, decorative, and memorable. Today, many affordable interiors are dark, plastic, and cautious. The Bel Air reminds us that a practical car could still make people feel proud every time they open the door. Then we move from everyday optimism to full American theater, the 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz. If the Bel Air interior was bright and charming, the Eldorado was luxury performed at full volume. This was not a cabin designed to disappear into the background. It was an event. Wide leather seats, chrome accents, a dramatic dashboard, a steering wheel with presence, door panels and trim that made the cabin feel like a rolling lounge for a country that believed prosperity should be visible. Everything about it felt big, confident, and unapologetic. This was luxury before minimalism, before screens, before quiet black cabins became the default language of premium design. Cadillac used scale, material, color, and visual drama to tell you exactly what the car represented. Success, not subtle success. Visible success. And whether you love or dislike that level of excess, it is impossible to ignore the courage of the design. The Eldorado interior did not ask permission to be beautiful, it simply arrived. But beauty in classic interiors was not always loud. The 1961 Lincoln Continental proved that restraint could be just as powerful. Inside the Continental, the mood was different, cleaner, more formal, more architectural. The cabin did not rely on exaggerated decoration. It used proportion, space, leather, and calm geometry to create authority. The dashboard felt disciplined. The seats felt dignified. The whole interior had a quiet confidence that matched the car's exterior design and famous rear-hinged doors. This was not chrome age shouting. This was elegance under control. And that is why the Continental remains so respected. It understood that luxury does not always need to entertain. Sometimes it needs to reassure, to create calm, to make the passenger feel that everything has been considered. In a world where modern luxury often tries too hard to look expensive, the Continental still teaches a simple lesson. Real presence does not need panic. Then came a car that helped define the American personal luxury coupe, the 1963 Buick Riviera. The Riviera interior was beautiful because it felt intimate. It was not trying to be a family sedan, and it was not trying to be a formal limousine. It was a stylish private space for the driver and passengers. The dashboard had shape and intention. The seats, console, gauges, and trim worked together to create a cockpit that felt elegant without becoming cold. It had the feel of a car made for evening drives, long boulevards, and people who wanted sophistication without copying European luxury directly. The Riviera showed that American interiors could be modern, restrained, and emotional at the same time. It had atmosphere. And atmosphere is one of the hardest things to design. Anyone can add equipment, anyone can add buttons, but creating a cabin that feels like it belongs to a specific machine, a specific mood, and a specific kind of driver, that is much rarer. The Riviera did that beautifully. Next is one of the most unusual interiors of its decade, the 1963 Studebaker Avanti. The Avanti was not a normal American car, and its interior made that clear immediately. It felt futuristic, compact, and slightly aircraft-inspired. Instead of heavy luxury, it offered a cleaner, more forward-looking atmosphere. The gauges, switches, seating position, and dashboard layout gave the impression of a machine trying to move beyond the past. The Avanti interior mattered because it showed another form of beauty. Not chrome abundance, not formal luxury, not family car optimism, but modernity. It felt like a bridge between the classic era and the design thinking that would come later. The cabin suggested speed, technology, and independence. It was not perfect, but it had a strong point of view. And that is what makes interiors memorable. Not perfection, point of view. The Avanti did not feel like every other American cabin of the early 1960s. It felt like someone had asked what the future could look like if they were brave enough to ignore the obvious answer. Then there is the 1965 Ford Thunderbird. The Thunderbird interior understood something very important. A car cabin is not only a control space, it is also a ritual space. This was personal luxury with a sense of ceremony. The seats, dashboard, console, door panels, and famous comfort features all worked together to make the driver feel welcomed. The car was not simply saying, "Sit down and drive." It was saying, "Enter." That difference matters. The Thunderbird treated the act of getting into the car as part of the experience. The cabin was generous, stylish, and theatrical in a way that made the car feel more like a private lounge than a basic transportation tool. Features like a swing-away steering wheel reinforced that idea. The car adapted to the person. It created a small moment of elegance before the journey even began. Modern luxury cars still chase this feeling with memory seats, power steering columns, ambient lighting, and easy entry systems. But the Thunderbird did it physically, visibly, and with style. It made comfort feel like design. Finally, we come to one of the boldest American interiors of the 1960s, the 1966 Oldsmobile Toronado. The Toronado was already a major engineering statement because of its front-wheel drive layout in a large American personal luxury car. But the interior had to support that same sense of confidence, and it did. The cabin felt wide, modern, and distinctive. The dashboard design, instrument panel, steering wheel, seating, and overall layout gave the impression of a car that believed it was introducing something new. One of the most memorable details was the speedometer design, which gave the dashboard a futuristic character. It helped the Toronado feel less like an ordinary luxury coupe and more like a machine built around a bold idea. That is what makes the Toronado important here. Its interior was not beautiful only because of materials or trim. It was beautiful because it matched the car's engineering ambition. The outside said the car was different. The inside confirmed it. And when exterior design, engineering philosophy, and cabin design all speak the same language, the result has lasting power. That is the deeper pattern across all these interiors. The Bel Air gave everyday America color and joy. The Eldorado turned luxury into theater. The Continental made restraint feel powerful. The Riviera created a personal luxury cockpit. The Avanti made futurism feel intimate. The Thunderbird turned comfort into ceremony. The Toronado matched bold engineering with bold interior design. Different cars, different moods, different audiences. But all of them understood something modern interiors often forget. A cabin should have a soul, not just a screen, not just a dashboard surface, not just a list of features, a soul. Because the interior is where the driver lives with the machine. It is where hands touch the steering wheel, where eyes read the gauges, where passengers feel the material, the space, the color, the sound, the shape of the door panel, the angle of the windshield, the glow of the dashboard at night. This is where a car becomes memory. That is why classic interiors matter so much. They remind us that automotive beauty is not only about exterior lines. It is about the private world inside the car, the place where design becomes physical contact. And yes, modern cars are safer, quieter, and more advanced. Many are incredibly comfortable, but too often their interiors feel interchangeable. Dark surfaces, large screens, hidden functions, minimalist shapes that look clean at first, but reveal little over time. The best classic interiors did the opposite. They rewarded looking twice. They gave the eye places to travel. They gave the hand things to feel. They used color without fear, chrome without apology, controls with purpose, and materials that made the cabin feel alive. That is why they still hold power. Not because they were perfect, but because they were memorable. And in design, being memorable is one of the hardest achievements of all. A beautiful classic interior does not just show us how people once drove. It shows us what they once believed a car could be. A place of pride, a place of comfort, a place of ambition, a place where craftsmanship, imagination, and personality met every time someone opened the door. If these classic interiors still speak to you, subscribe to Timeless Treasures and tell me which cabin you would bring back today.